For technical reasons, we're unable to bring you ringside boxing. Instead, we hope you'll enjoy super bouts featuring that tough London middleweight, Alan Minter.
Good evening from Wembley Arena. Alan Minter tonight defends the middleweight championship of the world, and Minter is the only undisputed boxing champion in the entire world. And coming to the ring is the man from whom Minter took it and who will try to get it back tonight, the Italian-American Vito Antuofermo, 28 years old, who Minter beat in Las Vegas earlier this year, overwhelmingly on points. And a packed Wembley tonight to see this middleweight championship. Minter, one of only 3 British middleweights post-war who've won the world middleweight title. Terry Downs was one of them. He's here tonight to see this fight. And the other was the late lamented Randolph Turpin. The challenger, Antuofermo, enters the ring. And he enters it to an extremely lukewarm reception. And now the crowd wait for Minter. The banners move, and Minter comes behind them. Trumpeters of the Royal Marines add the perfect finishing touch to what is one of the most extraordinary exhibitions of patriotic fervour that I have ever experienced in a British ring. Minter can hardly get to the ring for the thousands of people barring his way, most of them wanting to tap him on the back and wish him good luck. Jacks on all sides. That really is quite one of the most extraordinary entries ever made into any ring by any British fighter. Reminiscent of the night that John Stracey was here and won. the world welterweight title. The whole place exploding with patriotism. His world championship belt just being removed from around his waist. That's what he brought back from Las Vegas when he beat Antuofermo there in March. So now we're all set for the return between the 28-year-old southpaw Alan Minter and the 28-year-old orthodox. Well, he's not quite orthodox because this man is a rugged brawler. And he's got marks all round his eyes, the relics of previous battles. Seldom can Wembley Arena have held such expectancy from any British fighter. One uncomfortable statistic overriding this fight: no British boxer has ever won 2 successive fights as the world middleweight champion. But Minter tonight intends to break the hoodoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the main event of the evening. This is a contest of 15 rounds, 3 minutes each round, to decide the middleweight championship of the world, sponsored by Death Trucks, presenting from Crawley, England, the champion. And from the United States, the challenger and former champion, Vito Antuofermo. My lords, ladies and gentlemen, this match was made at 11 stone 6 pounds, and at the weigh-in today, Minter scaled 11 stone 6 pounds, Antuofermo 11 stone 5¼ pounds. Your referee for this contest is Mr. Octavio Mayran of Mexico. Your judges, Mr. Kurt Heilbach from Germany and Mr. Jan Desworth from Belgium. Your timekeeper, Mr. Tom Pell.
And this place doesn't accord Antuofermo a chance. Considerably shorter than Minter, as you can see. And the two can hardly wait to get at each other. Antuofermo comes storming in just the way he said he would. He said he was going to make it rough for Minter tonight. Minter in Las Vegas fought a carefully controlled fight, boxed his way carefully, picked up points all the way through and kept out of trouble. The challenger and former champion Antuofermo is by nature a brawler. And Minter settles down and gets ready to plug the right hand, the southpaw's lead, into the face of the Italian-American. Antuofermo arrived in this country this week with a pair of dark glasses, hiding some marks around the eyes. He's been in Italy, he's been to Genoa and done some sparring there, and clearly he'd picked up 1 or 2 marks during sparring, and he wanted to hide them when he arrived in London. Minter's plan here will be to keep him on the end of that right hand. Beautiful left. What a good left from Minter. And Antuofermo was sent spinning back on his heels inside the first 2 minutes. Antuofermo's face already, 2.5 minutes in. And he's cut above the right eye. Minter fighting with all the confidence and coolness of a champion. Blood on the face of the challenger. Vertical cut on the inside above the right eye. And it's a nasty looking cut, and Howie Albert is getting to work on it. Well, what a start to the fight. The referee from Mexico, Octavio Mayran, is already looking at that cut. And it looks a dangerous one because it's in such a vulnerable place. And that was brought about by the left hand of Minter. He started spearing him with the rights and then brought the left over, and that started the injury.
Seconds out, round 2.
Minter could hardly have had a better start. Minter's 45th professional fight tonight. Antuofermo's 52nd. And they haven't stopped the bleeding. It started again. Antuofermo rubbing his head inside. And the blood must be running down into his eye. And he's going to have trouble seeing. But he's a brawler by nature. He's had a tough upbringing, and he started as a street fighter. And he'll wade through anything. And he's bleeding very, very badly. It's beginning to look like an extremely serious cut, and he's cut the other side as well. Both eyes are now cut. Antuofermo. His face is being ripped to pieces by Minter. There's no way he'll get through this fight with eyes like that. Less than 2 rounds, and he's torn to bits. Two very bad cuts. And his face now the same colour as his shorts. And he can't escape these punches of Minter. Minter's just hitting him any way he likes. It's a most clinical and extraordinary performance by Minter. He's tearing the man apart. About 3 streams of blood now running down the left-hand side of Antuofermo's face. And if this wasn't for the world title, I don't think Antuofermo would be there now. He'd be stopped already. He really is in an appalling state. It's an absolute piece of butchery. So much noise they haven't heard the bell, and Antuofermo goes back for repairs that can hardly do any good at all. He's so badly cut. What can you do to patch up a man who's in that state? they've cleaned him up somehow, but it can't be for long. The way the man fights, he brings trouble upon himself. Minter's absolutely staring at him cold-eyed. He's determined to give him a lesson. And the blood has started again on both sides. Minter looks twice as big and twice as efficient. Before he became world middleweight champion, of course, Antuofermo was the European light middleweight champion and lost that title to Maurice Hope, who now, of course, is the world light middleweight champion. And once again, the blood streams down the face of the Italian-American. And he walks into punches that rock his head from side to side. Minter sees him coming every time and hits him with 1 or 2 or 3 punches into that blood-stained face. He's made to measure for Minter, he really is. If you tried to design somebody who would suit Minter, then this would be the sort of fighter you'd design. What an amazing night this must be for Minter, who suffered so often from cuts himself in the ring. Now staring at a man who's got more trouble than Minter's ever had. 3 overwhelming rounds for Minter. How much longer can this man go through a fight, cut like this? The referee's coming back to have a look again. And he's walked away quickly, satisfied again. What they're doing is they're just wiping the blood away, but they're not managing to staunch the flow of blood. This can only be a matter of time, surely. Howie Albert, this side, the big man working on the eyes, or on one of them anyway. Another peep by the referee. And in the corner of Minter, pure calm.
Seconds out, round 4.
Antuofermo, the son of an Italian farmer, born in southern Italy on the Adriatic coast. Emigrated to the United States and worked as a meat cutter there from the age of 16. The only meat being cut tonight is Antuofermo's. It's terrifying the way Minter slices those punches across the face of Antuofermo, worsening the damage. The undisputed World Middleweight Championship, co-promoted by Harry Levine and Mickey Duff here at Wembley Arena, sponsored by Daft Trucks, and providing a really sensational opening. and bringing this crowd to its feet with excitement from time to time. The man bleeding again. No way they can stop those cuts. It's impossible. Time Antuofermo moves close, he picks up two punches, a right and a left, slap in the face. It's almost ridiculously easy for Minter. The only way Minter could get beaten now is if he got his head badly caught in the clinches and started to get cut himself, or if he got very careless indeed and stood for a sneak punch. I think Antuofermo is now cut underneath the right eye, as well as the two cuts above both eyes. Whole face seems to be disintegrating. Well, this is altogether a more overwhelming performance from Minter than he did in Las Vegas. He always had command of the fight there, but he didn't make such a dramatic start, tearing the man to bits. He hasn't lost a fight, Minter, since September 1977, when oddly enough he was stopped with a cut eye himself when he fought Gratian Tonna, the European champion abroad. He's won his last 9 fights, and they've included 3 British or European title fights and 1 World Championship fight. He really has come good at the age of 28. His father-in-law, Doug Bidwell, standing in front of him, and Bobby Neal, who works with him in the corner on the left-hand side.
Seconds out, round 5.
Comes at you like a bull. His ring hero was Jake LaMotta. I'm talking about Antuofermo. And Jake LaMotta was known as the Bull of the Bronx. And Antuofermo clearly models himself on that style. But it's not getting him anywhere in this fight. A lot to be said for the courage of Antuofermo that he's come through those opening rounds, cut as badly as he was. And for the first time, the corner have managed to do a little bit of successful work, because although there's a little bit of blood about, nothing like what there was. Showing signs he wants to get to work again. Eased off a little bit. Now clearly trying to step it up again. And the bleeding has started. Minter totally in command. He knows exactly what he's doing. Every move is planned. He's got the man in his sights all the time. Cuts have opened up again. That head of Antuofermo's is like a punch ball for Minter. And a playful touch now from Antuofermo, as much as to say, well, we got rid of all the needle before the fight. Now it's just down to fighting, and there's a bit of respect on both sides.
Seconds out, round 6.
So a third of the fight already gone, and Minter's won every round. It's often said that when a man becomes a world champion, he assumes almost an arrogance in the ring, a feeling of confidence. And you can certainly see it written all over Minter tonight. He knows he's the champion. He knows he beat this man well last time, and he knows he can beat him again. It sounds like a well-worn record, but Antuofermo is bleeding again.
Come on, jump with it, jump with it!
And if anything, it looks a bit worse on the left-hand side now than it was before. It really has nothing with which to worry Minter at the moment. He comes barging in. Minter either spears him on the way in or slips inside the swings and punishes him there. Total domination by Minter. Well, what a night for British boxing this is turning out to be so far. And really now, Antuofermo's face is in an awful state, and I don't really see the point now, or the humanity, in letting it go much further. He is bleeding all around his eyes, and it really is a horrible sight. And he shouldn't be allowed to undergo this sort of suffering, even for a world title. He really is too badly cut for words, and this must be stopped. No way a man should be permitted to carry on, injured in the way he is. 6 rounds gone now. And that left eye is far worse now than it was before. I don't know what they can do to stop that. And the fight goes on.
Seconds out, round 7.
Antuofermo said after the last fight that he felt he'd been hard done by, that the scoring hadn't been true to form, and that he didn't agree with the decision, and that he was coming to London this time to prove how wrong it all had been. I'm afraid he's proved nothing at all so far except his ability to soak up punishment and a lot of bravery to get through with cuts like this. Minter's almost talking to him. The blood is streaming down the left-hand side of Antuofermo's face again. Well, I've seen a few thousand fights over the years, but I don't mind admitting this is beginning to turn my stomach a bit. It's too much blood. Ridiculously one-sided. Minter's won every round. Tearing the man's face to bits. It really is too bad. 7th round. I don't really know how much more Antuofermo has to take. Well, I am relieved about that. And I make it 1 minute 50 seconds of the 7th round. Antuofermo has been taken to his corner. And Dr. Whiteson of the British Boxing Board is looking at it. And it is not stopped, it's going on. Dr. Whiteson gave the signal for the fight to continue. Despite the fact that he has cuts on both sides of his face. And Minter's going to go on and punish him a bit more. And the man is streaming blood yet again. Well, this really is savagery beyond all measure. And the bell has gone to end the 7th round. And Minter is an overwhelming winner. After 7 rounds, he hasn't lost a round. A long, long way ahead, and the fight is still apparently going on. And it's being allowed to go so far now that it's liable to give boxing a bad name. Referee's in there investigating again. And the referee has left the corner.
Second round.
We're going on into the 8th. And now the cuts are so bad that he's come out of the corner with blood still oozing from the eyes. A barbaric contest. There's no other word for it. Minter is being permitted to cut the man to bits. None of it Minter's fault. He's doing his job. Any good punches on Minter. Extraordinary enough, we're in the 8th round. And I suppose you could count on the fingers of one hand the number of reasonably good punches that Antuofermo has landed. He's brawled a lot, he's wrestled a lot, he's barged in. Punches have gone around the back of Minter's waist, round his shoulders, round his neck. Very few of them have been on the target area. This extraordinarily courageous man from Brooklyn via Italy, Antuofermo, keeps on coming in, trying to do something. But unless he gets very, very lucky, it looks like a hopeless quest. His eyebrow over the left eye looks like just one long cut to me. Once again, he trudges back to the corner, and once again, Howie Albert goes to work, pouring water over those damaged eyes. They're calling the referee over this time, and this might be the end. They are calling it off. They can't continue, and that's not before time. So at the end of the 8th round, Alan Minter, leaping for joy, retains the World Middleweight Championship, the undisputed championship of the world, the only undisputed world boxing champion there is. Alan Minter from Crawley in Sussex, at 28, retains the title in a fight that has been extraordinary in many ways, for the complete domination by Minter and for the extraordinary lengths to which Antuofermo was permitted to go, trying to win his title back. And everywhere that Minter goes now, from side to side of the ring, he's greeted with a great burst of cheering. Well, that's an historic win, because Minter becomes the first British boxer ever to win 2 successive fights as world middleweight champion. Terry Downs lost it in his first defence, and so did Randolph Turpin. And so did Dick Tiger, who came from Nigeria but became one of ours. Scenes of jubilation everywhere in the British camp. And Antuofermo comes over now
At the end of
to
the
have a word with
7th
Minter
round, the winner
and acknowledge, presumably, that Minter is the true world champion. Look at the way that Antuofermo's face is patched up now already. What a sight he is. Well, that was one of the most complete and decisive victories in a world title fight ever seen in this country by a British fighter. There never was any doubt about it from the moment the first bell went.